Jimmy, you went
to the
out?
store.
I mean, I go out here and there. Bro, I was quarantined before the quarantine was popping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you started that quarantine.
I started that way, bro. You know what I mean? Like.
And now, to the millions and millions of people all across the globe, it's the That's Not Christian Podcast!
Quarantine edition.
The social distance edition.
Social distance.
Underground. Make sure y'all stay 6 feet away from me. I'm
live from the bunker.
My man Jay, my man Jimmy, and this is your boy Switch. And we back doing what we supposed to do. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, life is beautiful, man.
What's good?
Life's good?
Beautiful. It's beautiful, man.
Like Future? Life's good.
Is that Christian, bro?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not Christian.
That's not Christian.
What's going on, man? How was y'all weekend? Was it tell me, how are you guys surviving self-quarantine?
Weekend was good, man.
I mean, what can you do? Me and wifey handpicked not all, because we still got a lot left. The weeds in our yard. We sitting there hand picking them. We got
picking weeds, huh? All right,
You're smoking weed, huh? All right.
That's not Christian.
Oh, you mean the weeds?
The weeds.
Okay, all right.
Not the weeds you're used to.
Oh,
shots fired.
Got him.
Although that is
De Blasio got him right.
What? Oh yeah,
got him on the low. 110th,
but
110th and 6th.
And what do you say? You hand picking them?
Yeah, I mean,
don't they have a rake?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't rake that. You don't rake weeds. I have to pull them by the roots.
Oh, okay.
So what you do with the buds?
Ooh, this guy.
So you got the yard. You getting the yard ready and in the front yard.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to do. And I sitting there, man, changing the lights out in front of the house.
You crossing things off the honey-do list, huh?
Right. That's all I could do. I was sitting there, man.
Changing batteries on the smoke alarms.
So you had a manly week.
Yeah, sitting there. I was putting the solar lights out in the grass.
Look at this dude. He gonna have his own YouTube channel, DIY.
Doing your own, yeah. This dude's Bob the Builder.
Oh, I saw, huh?
I said, Ant the Builder.
Right. Hold on for a minute there. I saw Jay with his hands up in the mask. I thought he was about to perform surgery.
We on lockdown now, boy.
Right.
Are you guys on lockdown? No, right?
Not us, no.
Oh, yeah. Y'all don't got them cases like that.
No, yo, I think
you officially on lockdown?
I think
Who,
so,
us?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're officially on lockdown since Sunday.
Yo, what does your lockdown look like? Because for the listeners, because when people think of lockdown, I think they have this whole other Orwellian, you know what I mean, idea.
Like you can't leave the house.
Right. So what does your lockdown look like?
Well, for us, Jay. It's so the governor or the mayor, I don't know, whatever, one of them. There was so after Sunday 8 p.m. You can't be outside unless you're an essential worker. So the thing is with that is that they have almost every type of business as essential. So for example, auto body repair, that's essential business. I don't know why, but it is. And then you have restaurants, you have obviously EMT, EMS, NYPD, all those type of people. But anybody else who's not essential has to stay home.
I think
that's about it.
I think but that's any people that give a service, right? Because I guess people need their cars, right? So if you do work on a car, then considered essential somewhat. I mean, I know body shop maybe not so much, but
what about barbershops? That's essential. You know what I'm saying?
That's essential, bro.
Who's gonna
You know
take
what I
care of
mean?
my bed,
Let's
man?
say that, man.
You
I'm
know
a
what I
little
mean?
hot. Barbershops is closed. You know what I mean? Dudes out here rocking hats and beanies and everything else. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
I'm hurting right
facts.
now, B.
I guess with the barbershop, you call your barber up, be like, "Yo, what's
Something
up,
come
man?
through?
In-house appointments, man."
My barber better come with a hazmat suit, yo.
Hey, Trump, can we get that in the stimulus bill, please? We need all barbers back.
Yo, that gotta hurt for them. You know what I'm saying? Because they work.
That's how they make. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they work off appointments. People can't leave the house.
Yeah. Same for the ladies. You know, they're doing their hair or whatever, makeup. Yeah.
Actually, I have a neighbor. She does hair, and
but she does
got
from a
people
crib?
going over there. Yeah, from her crib. She still got people going over there.
Hey, get that tax-free money.
Word. That's that prohibition status.
Yeah,
right
I mean
prohibition.
1920. We went from 2020 to 1920.
I'm sure people are figuring out ways to get around it because I know I would.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
I got that toilet paper on the low.
Can you believe that stuff is still selling out?
Toilet paper?
Yeah.
I'll pick some up.
I thought I put an announcement out about just washing their behinds, and they didn't listen.
They must have not heard the podcast.
They wasn't listening, man. Just gotta wash your behind.
Yeah.
Well, they're limiting a lot of stuff though. You know, one per.
Yeah,
family.
one per.
Yeah.
Yep. Now they got senior citizens.
That doesn't
certain
sound very
days going early.
Yeah, they get the shopping hour, right?
Yeah. So
a lot of stores are doing that, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of them did. Whole Foods, Costco, Walmart.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
ShopRite.
The little Spanish joint by my house is doing that too.
Wow, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
They got toilet paper?
I don't know. I don't go in there because, you know, it's a different type of breed in there. You know what I mean? I stay in the hood, bro. So like it's like going to Walmart in the hood, you know? If you've ever been to Walmart in the hood, it's like I'm good. I'll go on the other side of town. I'll go to Whole Foods.
I ain't gonna lie. When I went into Costco, I showed y'all pictures. They were pretty much stocked.
Yeah, I was at Costco last week, and they were fully stocked. They did have the limits, though. They had one per customer.
They had the limits. They even had the limits on the meat. Like, you can only get one per
The
beef,
chicken was like that. You know that? Yeah, that chicken joint. Rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, the chicken was on smash. They were like, nah.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had chicken, though, but it was like you only get one. You get one per protein, basically, per family.
Oh, so wow.
I did.
That's total opposite for mine.
Really?
Yeah, no chicken at all. No toilet paper. They did have paper towels, but no toilet paper. And then they had the limits. One.
Ouch.
Water used to be 2. I think we mentioned that in the last episode.
I think water's 3 here.
Wow, and then now they dropped it down to 1.
Walmart got plenty of water. I was at Walmart; they got a whole bunch of water. But I saw they had the toilet, the toilet paper. So they had tons of it. But I know people were saying they still couldn't find any. So I bought another package, but I bought it so that anybody in the neighborhood who didn't have or who couldn't go out, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a couple of people was like, yo, we don't have no toilet paper. Or even my manager, she don't live too far. She was like, she still don't have any tissue because she's been trying to go at night, and I was like, you ain't gonna get none at night. By then, everybody ran through everything. So when I saw it, I was like, you know what, man, let me just snatch this extra case in case anybody else needs, and just, try to give some out around the area, man. Try to help some people out.
Yeah.
Everybody can't make it to the store, so, and when they can, like her, she can't make it in time to pick that up. So I reached out to her today and I told her, I was like, yo, if you need, I have. So just let me know whenever you need. And, you can have however many you want, man. Because, I mean, I didn't need it, but I just felt like if I could get it for somebody, why not?
Yeah, that's pretty cool that you offer that service at a 25% markup.
This guy. I'm taking trades for hand sanitizer though.
Yo, I went to the supermarket, went to ShopRite, and they were like, I got like some cold cuts, and then one guy, like they're just chilling like nothing. I'm always thinking like, man, one of these guys just talks over the the cheese or the ham or something. They got the corona. Like, we're done right now. So I was just like, man, they should have some kind of protective stuff for us. You know what I mean?
Are you guys wearing masks and gloves outside the house?
Yeah, I have. I was at the store.
But you got asthma though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah, I had the mask just now. I was just at Walmart not too long ago. I had the mask on. I had the gloves. One of my neighbors saw me. He was like, "Yo, I could tell those eyes from anywhere."
Hey, pause.
Right. Yeah, pause. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at him and he's straight. He's rolling through. You know what I'm saying? He ain't worried about nothing. Yeah. Yo, he touching everything. He doing his Rudy Goldberg.
Licking everything. He's just like not caring.
You know what I'm saying? Like he just walking through normal. All right.
How about you, Jay?
Nah, I'm not wearing anything. I just have wipes in the car. That's it.
Jay, did you stay?
You got a baby, right?
Yeah.
No, my bad.
Did you stay home this weekend or you went out?
I mean, Saturday I went out for food. Sunday stayed home pretty much the whole day.
Yo, the restaurants out there that they're just doing takeout, right?
Yeah, takeout, delivery. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was surprised, man. I drove by a couple of Mexican restaurants and they were pretty full, man. So I'm like,
the Mexicans got like the lowest rate, don't they?
Yeah, but their customers ain't Mexican.
Who's still home? Y'all all went out? Jimmy, you went out?
Store.
I mean, I go out here and there. Bro, I was quarantined before the quarantine was popping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you started that quarantine.
I started that way, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so I really don't leave the house to begin with. But I have left the house for a couple. This weekend I built a planter with my daughter, right? Nice. We're gonna start growing some stuff, and
what kind of stuff?
Fruits, you know.
Oh, okay.
You know, herbals, you know, medicinal type stuff, you know.
The daughter that's in San Fran.
Nah. She's still out there in San Francisco. Yeah,
she's on lockdown, right? They're on lockdown, right?
Yo, we was trying to go up there this week actually, and she's like, "Nah, don't come." She's like, "You guys got more cases than us. I'm not trying to catch that joint."
And they activated the National Guard out there, right, in Cali.
They did. I haven't seen any presence of the National Guard. Like I said, I'm usually inside anyway. You know, so I don't leave the house a whole lot. So like I don't know like what that means. Like
I was about to say.
I live close to a National Guard like base station, like not too far.
Have you seen like activity?
I haven't seen anything. Like I said, I'm not out too much. I was out on
but you buy
Saturday.
Base. You buy
Saturdays. Yeah, I was on Saturday. I was out on Saturday. Like I said, I went to Home Depot. I went to where'd I go? I went to Target or something like that. I didn't see nothing, man. It was just like a regular day. Like people really.
I think I was about to say. I think people are really people really jumping at these opportunities on these conspiracy theories, and like going, like I mean, they taking it all the way left and right, however way you want to take it. And when you really like not read into it, but when you read what they're saying, they're using the National Guard for as more so as help and not for lockdown. Because I haven't seen that type of activity to be like, oh, they forcing people in their cribs, but more so them being on guard to assist. But again, I don't know, man. I haven't seen it out here. But
Trump declared a war.
He did.
War on coronavirus.
Yeah, well, he also activated the National Guard, which kind of put me. It kind of scared me a little bit. You know what I mean? But I never thought it was like on some like 1984 type stuff, because the reality is like everybody is complying. Everybody's staying indoors. You know what I mean? Businesses are shut down. Like nobody's really tripping. So why would he need to
enforce that?
Yeah, there's no need for martial law because nobody's really set tripping.
And not only that, it's not like local law enforcement has lost control.
Right. Well, they haven't, because he hasn't called martial law. Once he declares,
that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like you got to lose control of the situation before you even take it there.
Absolutely.
And law enforcement they haven't even done anything to that effect to even try to push it as of yet.
Right. In my neighborhood, man, people are still outside chilling. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, they could chill outside, just 6 feet away.
yeah, no, they.
Well, I went to the
6 feet away.
We have a rim over here in the community we're in, and we playing basketball with the kids, playing catch, soccer. I mean, it was just us three, me and my kids, but I had to get out the house, man.
How has your week been now that you've been working from home?
I'm going crazy, man.
Yeah, you might get back to work.
Are you working from home?
My job requires me to be on site. But they're still taking care of us, basically.
Oh, that's good.
Well, this would be the last week that they're taking care of us, and then they said they'll reassess, and who knows what that means? You know what I mean?
Hey,
but
you know what? This Switch about to get fired from TNC because he ain't been doing his work for TNC.
I've been slack. I've been living the bum life, man. I'm waking up at 11 a.m. My wife calling me like, "What you doing?" I'm asleep. My son's asleep. My daughter, all of us.
Everybody.
I'm used to waking up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and even when I didn't have to work, I'll be up at least.
It's a staycation, huh?
Yo, I'm living this bum life. I'm eating. I'm watching Netflix.
Right, you catching up on all the shows everybody talk about.
I'm used to the hustle and bustle. Like I'm used to going to work Uber on eBay. Like I'm not doing nothing, bro. I'm just like bumming it, man.
Yeah,
You're just resting in the Lord, huh?
I'm taking it bad. Well, you can say that, right? I'm resting. I'm having a long Sabbath, man.
It's Jubilee.
It's Jubilee, yeah, Jubilee. Yo, I cook. You know what I mean? I cook for the kids, the breakfast.
That's
dinner.
dope.
I'm like a stay-at-home dad right now.
I love it, man. That's one of the things. Like when you ask, like, how's everybody doing or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, that's one of the things that I really like about this is that I'm saying, like, I have the luxury of working from home, you know, because the type of business that I'm in, man. So all those things that like you're expressing, like, you know, spending time with your kids playing basketball and cooking for them and whatnot, like that's a beautiful thing to hear from my friends, you know what I mean? See on Instagram and everything else, on Telegram, people talking about people worshiping together with their families, like on Sunday, and I know we get into that and everything else, but I think it's dope. You know, like a lot of people are seeing this as like doom and gloom, you know, like, oh man, but like I'm seeing the positives in it, you know?
It is.
I've played so many video games that I've never played. Nintendo Switch, Lego, whatever. You know what I mean? My son wants to play board games. It's just,
That's what I meant to get with some board game. I told the kids I was going to get some board games so we could play.
Yeah, I got to buy some new ones because we like memorized all the ones we got, you know, with the cards and everything. We're like, oh, I already know
the kids
that.
how to count cards.
Yeah, I already know that answer already, you know?
Yep, same thing, man. We were doing a devotional. Go ahead.
I do miss the hustle and bustle a little bit. Like I'm so used to it for so long. It's just like, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, but I also enjoy relaxing, giving my body some rest. You know what I mean? Because before I was getting like 5 hours of sleep, maybe 6. You know what I'm saying? Which is
making up for it now.
Yeah, now I'm just making it all back. You know.
Yeah, that's crazy. But no, I agree, Jimmy. Like it's cool that, you know, people get to spend time. Like I love spending time when I don't got to snatch them up. You know what I'm saying? Like Friday, Friday we was out there. Matter of fact, I think I owe one of the money. We was out there shooting hoops, playing around the world, and the one who finished the fastest gets $5.
Right.
So, you know, we was out there playing and shooting around with the boys. So, you know, that was cool, man. And that was the first time Friday. We went and got some burgers. We went to this place called Culver's. I was leery as I don't know what though. I was like, Lord, we gonna pray over this right here.
I'm trusting you, Lord.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I put my hand up and said, Lord, we gonna pray over this.
You hit it with a shabba.
Right. Like you got us, Lord. Because my wife was like, I don't know.
Right.
But then we were like, all right, well, you know, let's try it. So we went, man, and my wife, boy, she had that Lysol on deck, boy.
Little extra Lysol on the burger.
No, on the bag,
Yeah.
on the backs, wipe the bags down. Everything.
Oh, okay.
As soon as they hand the bags over, she was like, whoop, wipe
That's
the bags
funny.
down. Everything. It was like, you know what? He about to zap these in the microwave real quick.
Kill all the jerks.
What kind of burgers they got there? Some black bean burgers?
No. It was some regular burgers.
They got some bat
burgers.
bean burgers.
Yo,
bat bean.
Chill.
So mac and cheese joints. You be seeing those burgers? They put mac and cheese right on top of the
they be doing
burger.
all that extra. Now, that ain't that type of like those gourmet burgers.
That's some bat and cheese. That ain't no mac and cheese.
Bat and cheese.
So yeah, man. So we got to do that. That was the first time, and then after that, she was like, "Yeah, I can't do this no more. Like, I just can't trust these people."
The anxiety, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. It was like, and we were good, but
I'm like that. You know what? I'm like that with street food.
Oh, really?
I can't mess with no street food, bro.
Why you can't get a dirty dog?
No, man. Like, first of all, like these people out here for like 12 hours a day. Where's the bathroom? Where's your sink, bro?
That's true.
Not doing it.
No halal. No halal off the truck.
It's not halal, man. It's not halal.
Yo, I saw them videos where it's not halal. Yo, but I used to kill them. What's them dudes? Switch. Them dudes with the sauce and with the rice and the peas and the
the halal.
Right, that them
the lamb over rice joint.
Yeah. With the white sauce.
When they smack that white sauce,
love it.
Oh, it give you a big old plate for like back
it
when
used
I
to be
was
like $6.
I'm about to say
it still is. It still is.
$6.
It still is. Yeah, well,
a little higher
depending where you go.
In the city is like 7-8 now.
Yeah.
It was in the city. I used to work over there by the IBM building, or in the IBM where Trump Tower is in Nike Town on 59th Street. So there used to be one right there. So I used to go for lunch. It was like $5-6. That line be crazy.
Now they on every corner though.
Yo, you talking about you ain't got no money? You got about $10? You eat good.
I'm right in the hot spot of 40 Deuce, so everything there is 10 and better.
Wow.
How was y'all worship? How was it worshiping from home? A lot of churches got they were mandated, right? Like all churches cannot.
No. So they're not forbidden to. They just suggested not to do it.
Yeah, and I think they're just going along with it to try to keep the
but isn't it like churches that have like an audience of like 250 or more? I thought that was the deal. Nah.
I mean, for like restaurants and stuff, yes, but for whatever reason with churches, that wasn't the case.
Separation between church and state, probably.
I mean, I guess if you want to say it like that, but I know, like, for example, our church, we stopped meetings, as soon as they said no more than 50 people in the, auditorium or whatever. And obviously we're used to like thousands of people every service. So, and what's crazy is one of the pastors actually tested positive for Corona. So,
that's right. You in Hillsong, right?
Yeah. So that was pretty crazy because last week worship was obviously online, but they had a little audience in the studio. And obviously, yeah, he was there. Obviously, I don't know, maybe let's say like 30 heads were there, or maybe less.
I thought that was a lot. I was like, this looked like a regular service.
Yeah. And then obviously this week, Carl was just alone with just the camera person. That's it. So,
yeah, wow,
it's weird. It's weird.
Very.
Like, I mean, granted, you got to adjust with the times and everything, but what's going on?
True.
But it's just bugged out to like, I mean, there's been times where I haven't made it and I'll watch it online, but to know like, even
like
to
this is the new norm
by himself, like,
super weird.
Bugged out. Yeah.
Yes. Switch's spiritual father, Joel Osteen, preached alone for the first time.
Bang. Yo, so he shut down the church, huh? He didn't open up the doors?
He opened up the doors, but only for himself. You just see the entire arena empty.
Spiritual father.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought he would go against it.
To have everybody there?
I mean, not
that's
now,
a
not
risk.
now.
That's a risk.
Not now. I was thinking maybe like last week or something like that. Not at this point though.
Initially,
yeah, like
when it
right at the beginning.
popping. Yeah.
Somebody in that kind of church like that, somebody got it.
That's way too big.
It's like thousands of people in that church, right?
And
how many people they hold?
Shoot, let me Google it real quick.
I don't even know.
And they got a lot of services too, right? They got like they got like
they got a lot.
Three morning services, some night services, and they got a lot going on.
That's not even including the classes that they got.
Right.
Word.
Oh, that's crazy.
16,800 is the capacity.
Yo, that's a stadium.
Weekly. Yeah, I mean they got the Houston Rockets old stadium. 52,000 people weekly.
Wow. Is that where they at? The Houston Rockets old stadium? Yeah. Or the Houston Astros?
No, it was the Rockets, right? Hold on.
The basketball team?
Yeah.
I'm a fact check.
Lakewood. Sorry, listeners, we're googling.
We're fact checking.
The good thing about this is I've been able to look at other churches. You know what I mean? Like you get to
you're visiting churches, huh?
I'm visiting churches now. You know what I mean? My man to send me a link. He'd be like, "Yo, check out my church," and then I'm like, I'm sitting home watching sermons all day. I'm like,
that's funny.
I'm like, yo, your church is dope, man. Your pastor's dope.
Yo, because that's the thing too. Is like when you got Christian friends and like you don't go to the same church, they always want to invite you to their church, right? And you're like, I don't know, son. You know what I mean? And now you're like, yeah, send that link, dog. I had somebody send me a link, man, and sadly I couldn't. It was on Zoom, and for some reason, like I had to wait to get approval. And I'm like, bro, I'm trying to go to church, bro. Like I got mad links to go through. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter woke up and she was like, yo, we going to church, right? And so there's this joint on Instagram. It's called, what is it? Hold up.
Well, while you looking it up, Joel Osteen definitely got the Houston Rockets old stadium.
The Rockets, okay.
Okay.
Houston Rockets, yeah.
Yeah, so it's called Insta Church Live, right? And so they've been doing this before it was cool, right? So they've been doing it for like a year, and they do like one worship song, one verse, and one sermon. That's it, you know? So that joint was like 30, 45 minutes or whatever, you know what I mean? And it was pretty dope just to be sitting, just to be sitting there with my daughter, you know what I mean? She's like, yo, let's, you know what I mean? I saw this on TikTok. I saw this on Instagram, you know what I mean? And she's like,
that's crazy.
Let's do it, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was pretty dope, man. And
I'm enjoying church from home, man.
Yeah. Yo, so what you do with your time though?
Oh yeah, you gotta send that cash app. You gotta send that cash app, that PayPal.
Yeah. But seriously though, what you think about the online? Because I know Judah Smith's church got a lot of flack when he changed the name to Church Home, and introduced the app where pretty much he said, "This is church now. Everything's online."
It's biblical, right? Everybody was worshiping from home before the smoke, the fog machines and electric guitars and the stage lights.
I ain't gonna front. I'll be skipping through the worship because I watch the reruns. So I'll be skipping through the worship, go straight to the word.
Wow, you got it on demand like that.
Yo, yeah.
He's just skip through the commercial.
But yeah, I mean, home church is cool. I mean, honestly, there's been a lot of fellowship from, I don't know, your guys' ends, but I've had friends like, yo, let's jump on a Zoom like this, you know, and let's just talk, let's chat, you know, like, you know, kind of build each other up, you know, because everybody's home and there's nothing to do. Yo, what up? They'll send me a link. Yo, you want to Zoom? I did like 3-4 Zooms this week, which was way more than me what I do actually in a week of going to church, you know, so a lot of fellowship. Get out of here, man. a lot of good fellowship with brothers and stuff like that, checking in on each other, seeing how everybody's doing mentally. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Even Instagram Live is popping. It's like on my feed every day, 4 to 5 lives.
That's true.
More than before.
I've seen that. Yeah. Everybody got time on their hands.
We all on Telegram. We all on Telegram, dropping links all day.
Oh, I've been doing that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we've been doing that, so.
Right, that ain't changed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch D nice parties for the last couple
Yo,
of days.
what was that?
Yo, I
What's
was
That's
late to that
crazy.
show. I didn't get what was going
How
on.
you late, yo? Like
Because you didn't tell me. You didn't send the link. That's why.
Yes, I did, but it because I tried to.
Oh,
Remember you
that's
said it
right.
was
That was
blank?
okay. I got it.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
You
okay.
had to go to his page, but for the last I don't know 3 days, I think he started like last Wednesday, and he just been going, going live, and he's doing it for hours. Like I think the first day was like 7 hours. Second day he did about 5.
This dude trying to break records, huh?
So
Yeah, I mean, and it ain't even.
D Nice is
D-Nice.
he's just DJing from home.
He's just DJing from his house.
Yeah, because when you told me that, D Nice DJing, we just chilling here. I'm like, what? Who's D
Yeah,
Nice?
So what I've been doing was I just log on it, hook it up to the Bluetooth, and man, I was just letting it play in the backyard or in the
It's fire.
in the kid. Yo, I'm talking about he's playing everything. Saturday, what was it? Kenny Rogers passed away Saturday,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He was playing Kenny Rogers. He was playing. I mean, he go everywhere. He went from the old classics like Stevie Wonder, and then he just was going to like Earth, Wind and Fire, George Clinton. He's playing everything. He even went and started playing Mark Anthony.
Wow.
Yeah, he was touching everything. Prince. Then he'll go to the old school hip hop, then back. So Saturday was big because I guess people started talking about it, and he ended up reaching like 100,000 people on live.
Wow.
But he had when I'm talking, it was crazy because I'm sitting there watching it, and he had Oprah on there.
Wow.
Of course, Gail was on there, but he was like, but it's crazy because when he's DJing and he's watching his phone and he's looking, he can see who's logging in. And it's funny because he's tripping himself. He was like, yo, he stops. Oprah's on, like, whoa. And then he goes and he's really like excited.
He's hype.
Yeah, he's real hype. He was like, he stopped the music at one point. He was like, yo, wait, I gotta stop the music, but Janet Jackson is on.
What?
Yeah, so she started sending little hearts on the joint. So then he was into his he was getting into his old school hip hop set, but he was like, nah. He went and started playing Janet songs.
Wow.
And then started doing that. Then he was really tripping because he was like, because Joe Biden was in there.
Wow.
He was like, I gotta stop the music. Joe Biden is in here. Wait.
What?
Then, yeah. So then,
Nuts.
man, and somebody had to go and call Bernie because Bernie jumped in. And was like,
Now Bernie want to ride the wave.
Bernie came in and was like, "We love what you're doing, D Nice. Thank you."
Well, watch Trump get up in there. They be like, nah, you got to get out, Trump. You can't be in here.
Right.
Hating on my man.
It was crazy just to see all of that go down and how hype he was.
That's
He
amazing.
was like, yo, it don't matter.
Is he well known?
Yeah, dog.
I mean, he is, I guess, within the
Old heads.
Old heads.
Yeah.
But he wasn't known enough for Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders.
Nah.
He was playing like Will Smith joint, like Summertime, right? What he would do was play the original joint and then blend in with the
new version.
The sample. Yeah.
Right. He started with the sample. So Jada Pinkett was on. He was like, yo, we need Will on there. So then Will came on. And then he was like, man, if the Obamas come on this joint, I want Michelle Obama.
Oh my goodness.
So he had everybody. I'm talking about Jonah Hill, Bradley Cooper. He had all
the world.
Everybody. Pink jumped on there. He started playing Pink's music.
I couldn't even name one Pink song, dog.
He was playing them.
All two of them.
Right.
If we get back to normal, they're gonna be booking that boy.
Yo, in a day.
That's what he does. He's a DJ. He like plays everywhere.
Yeah. But he had when he started, he had 200,000 followers, right? And overnight, he jumped. After that, he jumped to 1 million.
Wow.
Because everybody just started telling another person.
He broke the algorithm, huh?
Yo, Switch, you need to start potting, man.
They need to do something, man.
It was crazy.
I need to go viral.
You need to start DJing, bro.
I'm trying to do TikToks like your man Chris, man.
Chris is killing it.
Yeah, him and them TikToks, yo. He went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what you were sending because I remember in the chat and in the Instagram chat, for whatever reason this weekend when you forward a live, like it just shows like a white screen. I don't know if
it don't show anything. Yeah.
Listeners, if you guys experience that, definitely tag us, because we'd love to hear that. But for us, it was like everything was showing up like white, and it's like, yo, what are you sharing, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I commented, and you're like, oh, I'm trying to share a live, but I didn't know it was live like that.
No, it was live, and he went on. I think he didn't stop. He started like around 5 o'clock Saturday. I think he didn't stop till like 2 a.m.
Wow.
I was reading an article today. I think it was from The Verge or one of the tech websites, and they were saying how there's a rise in virtual like community. So they had the example of like the D-Nice thing, and then they had the example of somebody did a live with a whole bunch of viewers that they were just talking and drinking, kind of like podcasting live. And they had a whole bunch of views on that. And I was like, wow, it's crazy what people do when they have time on their hands.
Right.
Everybody
That
got
was
time
crazy.
now.
So I thought it was dope though. I thought it was cool because, I guess it took people's minds off of everything that was going on, because they was listening to old songs and everybody was just hyped to hear songs they haven't heard in a long time. So it kind of, took you away from it. I think that's what made it big.
Word. That's what's up. That's crazy though.
Yeah. Well,
Everybody trying to party on quarantine.
they called the club quarantine.
They should have called DJ Corona.
All right.
Oh, you got booed, man.
Ain't nobody trying to talk about Corona.
Right. Nobody even want Corona beers right now.
That's facts. That's facts.
I had a friend challenge me on a shot challenge. I guess you got to take a shot.
Wow, what kind of shot you talking about, brother?
A shot, a drink.
You took a vaccine? You took a vaccine, a coronavirus vaccine?
I took. We have some vodka here, Sveki.
That's not Christian.
Wow, brother.
And had a shot. Just one shot. It wasn't like this guy's.
Oh, okay.
The shot challenge.
You wanted a Ciroc boys from the gospel.
There's been a lot of challenges going on. I got challenged to do 10 push-ups.
Hey.
What about the Bible challenge, huh? There's no Bible challenge. What's going on with that?
Memorize a verse a day. That's started. Do a meme. Put a ad behind it. Viral.
Right.
He gonna start with John 3:16.
Exactly.
Every week is gonna be the same verse.
And Jesus wept.
No, yeah. God is love.
Reverend.
Word. Yo, but Switch, talk about how you struggle with those push-ups.
Listen, man. I told y'all this whole quarantine thing or Corona thing is
made you soft, huh? It made you soft.
I've been like a depressed lady eating pints of Haagen-Dazs, man. Me and my kid just eating Haagen-Dazs at home.
Getting his Bundy on.
But I've actually lost weight, I think, in my opinion.
He said, I think, in my opinion.
I gotta check the scale. But I've lost weight because I haven't been.
We need a fact check on that.
I get full real,
man. Yo, let's do this live, dog. I want to see that scale, dog.
We need a fact check.
I'm gonna put y'all on, man. I'm gonna put y'all on. But yeah, those push-ups threw me off, man.
What happened?
I was there struggling, man. I tried doing 2 first. I had just 8, and I was like,
that's
why his face got red and everything.
Yo, and your man was like the last one to do it. He waited like 23 hours and 45 minutes to respond.
Who?
Me.
Oh yeah.
And then your man Ant but Ant did the push-ups for me, so I ain't have to do them. Technically,
hey, that's what friends do, right?
Ant said, "How many push-ups Switch did? 1." All right. How many people, they was hitting my DM with emojis, crying emojis. Like, come on, Switch. Yo, Serge, you gotta show this dude. But that was fun. I wish we could do that every day. 10 or it goes up to 20.
But you can't even do it one day. What you mean every day?
He gonna build it up, yo.
Hold on. I did 2, right? I first started with 2.
Right.
Then I did the 10.
Did you?
And then I did 5 with the kids. So that's 17 push-ups right there, man.
Oh yeah, see,
Yo, I got tagged all kinds of people, man. I got tagged back by the person I tagged. I was like, oh man, I got to do them again.
Yeah. That's the good thing. Nobody else tagged me,
you
man.
back?
Nah.
Yo, somebody tagged me with some extra, like 10 push-ups and claps. I'm like,
yeah, I was lucky I didn't get that.
Oh yeah, I had some friends I tagged. They were doing it like nothing, claps.
Yo, you had a shorty. Wall. Yeah, you had a shorty doing that. Who's that?
Yeah. He's a CHH rapper, a young boy, Lester, Lil Lester.
Yo, he was showing off. He was
he was like,
boo.
He was like, come on, Papa. I do this in my sleep. Like, I'm like, all right.
Yo, that dude was like flying, man.
Come holler at me when you're 34, all right? Come holler at me when you're 35, man. You married.
He was bouncing all over the place, yo.
Hey, he was on the wall, all that.
Everywhere.
He looked like he had some Red Bull right before he did that. Nah, no thanks.
Shorty went off.
How's business been for you guys? You guys are like, I know you Jimmy and Jay, you guys work like for yourselves, right? So has business slowed down with like advertisement or?
Now for me, things have been consistent, because I work from home. I don't have to go into an office. It's been pretty consistent.
Nice.
But I'm interested in see how the market responds. You know what I mean? Because right now, people are, not only can you not spend money, and what I mean by that is like there's certain things you can't buy, right? You could only buy essentials. So certain things are just off limits. Like we just saw a video that we shared where somebody was like in a Target or something like that, and like all the appliances were like taped off. So you got on one side of the spectrum where you can't spend your money on certain things that are considered non-essential. And then on the other side is like people are scared to spend money, because nobody knows where the next dime is coming from, So
how long this is going to last.
Right.
Too,
how long this is going to last. So like, that's kind of like the challenge right now. But, you just, in business and in life, you just got to pivot and kind of look at what your situation is and find a new strategy, Yeah. And that's kind of what I've been working on. But as far as like business is business as usual, like I said, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Everything
Good.
Everything has been, luckily I'm in one of those industries where, I haven't been affected yet.
Yeah.
That remains to be seen,
Thank
but,
God.
From what I hear, Trump is going to send everybody a bag, small business owners, people who work and whatnot. We'll see what that looks like,
Yeah.
I heard something
Send that bag.
He's giving out small businesses loans or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that part of the stimulus bill?
It is, and I believe it's up to, I want to say $1,500 a week per worker, per employee for those businesses.
Hey, everybody's getting a raise on the TNC podcast.
Nice.
Which caps at $80,000 a year
per employee. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
that's on the federal level, though.
I'll take a cut. You know what I mean? I'll take a little cut and settle for $80K a year for the TNC podcast.
Yeah,
I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
I'm for that, yo.
So that depends on the industry, right? Like your company, your business has to be generating a certain amount of money, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And the same with the stimulus for just regular people, right?
But
the caps at a certain.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I was saying for the small businesses is for companies with under 500 employees, I believe.
Yeah. I think you're right. Right. No, I was saying about for like just regular employees. I think there's a cap, right? As far as like how much money you can make in regards to like that $2,000 you're supposed to be sending to people.
I believe so.
So it's not 2,000; it's 1,200.
1,200.
And then 500 per kid.
But what about for joint?
24.
Yeah. So
that's what I meant because I'm speaking as a married man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got.
Now this is a one-time deal.
It's supposed to be 2 payments though.
Correct. 2 payments, but
April and May, I believe, or something.
I'm getting that tax bread right now. I'm chilling.
And you get money for your kids, right? 500.
Yeah, 500. Yeah, per kid. But it caps at $75,000 a year.
What?
Okay.
For single, for one person.
Yeah, for single.
Like 15 kids. What's that, like 15 kids, 75?
No. I think you're that's what you have to be making, right?
Yeah, you have to be making as a single person to get the 1,200.
So it's a certain pay rate. So if you're making a certain amount, you're not gonna get the full 1,200. You're gonna get less.
Right.
Yeah.
You might get 800, 600, whatever.
Yeah, it all depends on what you filed last year.
So what's the max what's the top max where you're not getting nothing if you make over this? Because I thought it was like 100,000 or something.
Yeah. I think over 100 or maybe 250.
99, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something. I mean, they're still working it out. I read the bill.
So then this really sucks for like the middle class, right? Because if you're like a school teacher and a nurse, like you're done. You're not getting no bread.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, unless you're married, because I think the combined amount, then you could still.
I think the combined is 190 or something like that.
Right. So.
Oh, okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? So either way, you're
back in the game. You're back in the game.
You're back in the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if y'all both make 100, you're done.
Then you're done. Correct.
Right. If you both make 100 and you're depending on money from the government, you got other problems you need to address.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's a good one. There. That's a good one.
Right.
Not even if you're just making 100. If you're making any kind of money.
No, I feel you. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. But
But if you're making 200 at home, then you're. What are you worried about $2,000 for?
Yeah. Word.
But I'm looking forward to that bag, man.
Hey,
let's see what happens. I mean, the first bill is already gone. They're trying to work on the second.
That first bill. Now, the first bill was for Wall Street, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So they're trying to bail out. Well, in the bill, they mentioned the airline industry. And then they also want to bail out.
But this is the second one. This is the second one. You said this is the second one, right?
Which one?
Because you said there's two bills, right?
So the first one that I read today was the one that was shot down already this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't read the new one to see what they revised. But yeah, so they're trying to bail out the post office and all their debt, and then bail out the airline industry and the hospitality industry.
The airlines should be bailed out, man.
You know what's funny? American Airlines.
I've seen that meme.
American Airlines said, we don't need the bailout, but we'll take it anyway.
Of course, like anybody else.
Yeah. So
this is going to come out our taxes next year anyway.
Right. And next year, they'll still charge you for that bag.
After that. The year after that, and the year
for the next 5 years.
Hold on. Yeah, but you still gonna have to pay for that extra bag, American Airlines, next year, though.
Right.
They're gonna turn like
Spirit,
man.
I'm gonna talk to them and be like, look, man, y'all was begging us for money the other day. Now y'all want to come charge? Oh man, you know how them flights, the prices they're gonna be now after this? Y'all think they're gonna hit people over the head?
It don't be the same, dog.
They can't. They can't hit the people over here. Now
they
can't really hit us over the head until they get back in the game. You know, they can't.
Yeah,
they can't do that.
I heard gas is super cheap.
Yeah, gas is tanking, man.
Ain't nobody driving nowhere, yo.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Now, right now that we not driving, it's cheap, right?
Yeah,
they know what they doing.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban said that if your company needs to bail out, you shouldn't be in business.
I agree with that. You shouldn't be able to buy
your stocks.
Sell your stocks.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Which I agree.
But the Dems are trying to fight.
So what do you mean you agree? And so you get let's say Trump send you 5 racks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna buy no stocks.
That's my president. If he
no, that's not what he's saying. He's saying
that's your.
I know the companies. I know he's saying that the companies can't buy back their stock.
The executives.
Right. I get that, but I'm saying you're not gonna buy no stock with that money.
I didn't say I was gonna buy no stock back with that money. I agree with him as far as the executives themselves taking the money and then trying to dump their stocks.
Right.
Or sell or buy.
No, they're not dumping them. They're trying to buy it back.
Buying back.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think that they should because they getting the extra money.
Right.
And then buying back their stocks for the low. Like I don't think they should be able to do that.
Right,
and then they still taking getting a salary on top of that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And then they're gonna cash out with them employee stock purchase plans and they're gonna cash out them bonuses later in the year for a couple mil. after they got some bailout money. Come on, and
we seen this before, right?
Right.
Word.
Before.
And we sitting here buying our stocks through Cash App.
Robin Hood.
Right. You know, like it's not the same. But yeah, I would take that money and buy some stocks, of course.
You guys, you think that's a good strategy for the government to bail everybody out and send everybody a bag? You guys think that's gonna help with the coronavirus?
I don't think it got anything to do with the coronavirus.
But this is what they're blaming the stock market has crashed and the industry has crashed because of coronavirus. So it kind of does.
It's a national emergency.
It's our enemy, bro.
It's an enemy.
We're at war with. This is our enemy that we're at war with. What you mean, dog?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they shutting everything down. Yeah, that's causing everything to tank. But
I heard that airline industry doesn't sort of lose money if their flights are packed or empty.
No, they
oversell. I don't know how
oversell.
true that is.
No, it's true. They oversell their flights because there's like an algorithm of how many people cancel their flights or change their flights. So they always oversell.
Wow.
Interesting. I know for sure, like jet fuel, all that stuff, that definitely affects them.
But it's cheaper. Gas is cheaper.
Well, yeah,
I think it's a different type of fuel though. I think their fuel is different. Yeah.
Yeah, but their prices still.
Sure.
Yeah. They still rely on the, whatever the crude
the oil industry
is going to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
listen, Trump, send me that bag, man.
You got his vote.
That's my
vote?
president. That's my president.
That's your president.
You think this will help him if he gets this done?
I think
is it secure now for sure?
I think. Listen,
I don't think that's that's not going to.
You don't think so?
I don't think that's going to secure him.
I think he's going to win anyway.
I think
that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
Me.
Yeah, I think he's going to win. I'm gonna put it out there. I think this will come to an end. Eventually, maybe a month or two, whatever it is he'll do, and whatever they come up with, he'll come out looking like the good guy in the end. And
but he's, from the interviews, he's been sounding like he don't know nothing about what's going on with this virus.
Yo, but it's not just him, bro. It's the
we all don't know. We all don't know, right?
Because first they tell you like, yo, it came from bats, and then you find out it's not from bats, and then they tell you wear a mask, and then they're like, nah, don't wear a mask, but the dudes who are doing the test are wearing masks. It's like, yo, son, which one is it? Like, if it's not contagious like that, then why is this dude who's shoving a 12-inch Q-tip up somebody's nose? Why does he look like an astronaut? Why is he in an astronaut suit?
Yeah.
But supposedly,
that's true.
You don't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like they had the video of him talking about the coronavirus, and he's like, we heard that heat kills it and all this stuff. Right. And it's like, yo, this dude does not know.
He's like, you can get a flu vaccine, right? Right.
I think when it came to this situation, that I was kind of damaging to him was that he didn't. What was it like? He had cut the funding for CDC or whatever, like for vaccines and things of that nature. I guess his funding, he had like made cuts on that, and so they're trying to point out that this is kind of. Of course they're going to feed off of that, right? They're going to look at, you didn't pass this bill. And that's what politics is always about, right? Because if a senator says something, but you approved that bill in 1985. And they'd be like, you know what I mean? They'd be coming with old stuff. But
I love your politician voice.
Yeah, but that's, that's what they're doing right now. Like, but who expected this? Like, who, except Bill Gates. For some reason, he knew about it.
Right. Let's not go down that rabbit hole,
man.
Because I could talk for hours about that joint. Yo, but you know what? Like, you guys already know I'm a never Trumper, but he's definitely gonna win. Like, your man was gonna win anyways, right? Because Bernie and Biden, come on. And now with this, I think he responded quicker than Obama did during the pandemic that he faced. I think I heard something like 1,000 people died before Obama responded. As far as we know, how many people have died in the U.S.?
500?
I think when he responded, it was like maybe 100 or something like that. At the time that Trump responded,
Yeah.
it was like at 100 or something like that. So he responded quickly, and he's sending everybody a bag. Who's gonna be mad about that?
Yeah. Well, he's saying that they're saying that he's saying that he wants to open up business soon.
Well, the thing is that's making him look good too, in my opinion, is that it looks like he's trying to build up American production, right? Because we're highly dependent on China, and so this is going back to his campaign promise about make America great again. I think he's on that trajectory, and I think that a lot of voters are going to appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think voters are thinking about where this money is coming from. This $1.5 trillion that went to Wall Street, or this other, what is it, $2 trillion for the stimulus bill?
It's up to $2 trillion now.
Yeah, like I don't think voters are thinking about where is that $2 trillion coming from. I don't think anybody is thinking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Where is it coming from?
It's the Wall Street money is just money that was printed up. You know what I'm saying? So that basically what that's going to do is that is going to cause inflation. You know what I mean? And then this other money that he's sending out to people, man, like taxpayers are going to be paying that for years to come. You know what I mean? The middle class is going to be paying that forever.
I'm about to get killed.
You know what I'm saying? So like, sadly, like nobody questions that or looks into that. But I think going back to the point is that I think that people are going to see the bag and, they're definitely going to vote for him. I mean, why would you vote for if he was already the lesser evil of the two, and they were already going to vote for him, and now he's sending you a bag? That's an easy vote for most Americans.
So I mean, he's on his Andrew Yang, right?
Yo, that's crazy. You know what? That you say that? Not Andrew Yang, but my daughter is like a big Bernie supporter, right? Because she's young. Right, and she's like, "Yo, Trump is out here looking like what's your man? You know what I'm saying? Like he's out here looking like Bernie,
like a socialist."
I was like, "Wow!" Like for her to say that, because
he's really not. He wants to make sure that business is still. His whole thing is the economy. That's
right, because he knows people gonna turn back around and spend it though.
You can't say he's not. You know what I'm saying? Because that's socialism, dog. Like if you're giving away government money that's not government money, that's coming from the taxpayers. You know what I'm saying? And you're giving it back into industries, right? Mm-hmm. That's definitely socialism, man.
No, it is. But I'm saying like I believe that his way of thinking is we got to keep the economy, because he was always saying like we got to make sure the stock is fine. Everybody not to panic. Don't start withdrawing your investments kind of thing, like that was his advice in the beginning, So I think it's socialism, yeah, but it's also the underlying factor is that we got to keep the economy going good. And it's going to look bad regardless because of this pandemic. I mean, we're already in a recession pretty much.
But you think that $1,000 is really going to help? I mean, it'll help. Right. But if it becomes an annual yang type of thing where it's every month, I mean, everything's just going to keep going up, because now you got the extra bread. So
then companies are going to lay off people for sure. They were like, "Oh, you getting your money from the government."
Right.
I don't think they'll lay off, but like cut hours. Yeah, sure.
No, because what they can't really fire you because the government is giving them money to pay you, right? That's what you guys said. Like they get $1,500 a week or something like that. So why would they fire you if that?
But that's not going to be a permanent thing,
Right. True.
We're talking about if they decide to keep that stimulus to individual.
Yeah.
If it's a one-time thing, then obviously it's a one-time thing.
The thing is, how long is this thing going to last, man?
That's a great question, because Chris shared with us that schools are canceled for the year, right?
Yeah.
For his state, yeah.
That's not,
and New York too.
Yeah, that's not 1 to 2 months.
He talked about it. He didn't cancel it yet.
Well, no, but they're saying we most likely not gonna resume the rest of the.
I could see that though, like for here, right? So for us, because they put it into perspective, I think April they get a week off, like it's their spring break, right? And here, school is done in May. So if the kids went back mid-May, for what? You know what I'm saying? For 4 weeks, 5 weeks,
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
Prom, homecoming, all that jazz.
Right. So I mean, it sucks for seniors. Yeah.
Ours is over in June.
Right. So I get that, like, you know, and if they, I mean, I guess if everything's over in April, you know, they can continue to do like proms and graduations and stuff like that. But I mean, realistically, at this point, they've already waived all like the tests, the exams. All kids are getting promoted automatically.
Wow.
Yeah.
They want to cancel the whole year.
Yo, this is going down in history books, man.
For sure.
This is like another 9/11. Like, you're gonna remember this for the rest of your life, man.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, and that's
nowhere near 9/11.
No, but when I was in school when that happened, you know what I mean?
Like
I remember that. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I was just thinking about that today. Like, because, you know, people talk about the National Guard. I remember the National Guard being in the city during 9/11. So, like, and it was crazy. It was a crazy feeling to, you know, because it was almost like this, right? Well, I mean, people were still outside and everything, but I remember everything being shut down, nothing going on. It just had like this weird, eerie feeling, like the streets were dead, right? You know what I'm saying? And I would drive to the city. We would go play pool at this spot out there, and I remember driving. I would take the Queens. What's the bridge?
Queensboro Bridge.
Queensboro. Yeah, I would take the Queensboro. So right there, before, when you go on the lower level of the bridge,
yeah.
All right, the National Guard would have a tent right there.
Wow.
So they had a tent there with all their vehicles, and they would be standing right there before you get onto the bridge with their ARs.
Terrorism alert was on high back then.
So they were all lined up. So I remember seeing that. I remember just passing by and just watching them chilling there at the bridge. You know what I'm saying? So so it kind of brings me back to that. And to say, you know, we haven't seen the National Guard presence like that.
Yeah, nah, it ain't like that in LA. I haven't seen it at least.
So, but I remember it being like that in New York where they were standing there. I'm talking about rifles in hand, like ready.
You guys seen that in NY now?
So I have not seen any military vehicles or any military personnel other than like, you know, terrorism and like Penn Station or like Times Square.
Yeah.
But nothing, you know.
Only in videos.
So this happened yesterday, right? That Trump activated the National Guard. This was yesterday. So you haven't seen it yet?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Yeah. Well, I'm home all week, so I'm not gonna see it. And I'm in the suburbs. I'm not in the city, so I probably won't see it as much.
Yeah, true. I mean, he activated FEMA as well, so you're gonna get like them coming in and making hospitals and stuff.
Those FEMA camps.
Representing region number 9.
So yeah.
So does that mean Trump is gonna come to every state and drop 2 on us with the toilet paper?
You know what they said they wish he was doing that now. He was ahead of his time.
Yo, the internet, man.
You know what's crazy to me about all this? How important the stock market is. Like, you need the stock market, right? Like, the stock market basically determines like the whole world, which is pretty crazy.
I mean, I guess.
I think it reacts.
He said, I guess.
It reacts to the world, if anything.
It reacts.
It's more reactionary. I agree. But
it's connected. Like, everything is connected to the stock market in some kind of way.
Yeah. I mean, you see the news running. Oh my gosh, another 1,000 points. The Dow has lost, and like they create like this panic. But then people don't think like the 10 years or 15 years, it goes right back up, to double that or more.
Yeah, you know what? That's interesting that you say that, because I think that the media is definitely responsible. Well, the media, and I guess I would say the current administration as well is kind of creating that panic, because when you watch the news, you hear like 400 people died, but you don't hear about all the people that survived. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or if you read, or like if you read past the headline, You know what I'm saying? Like, then you realize, like, okay, this person had this kind of issue or that kind of issue. You know what I mean? Which is still concerning. You know what I mean? But, bro, like,
Right. They don't tell you 100,000 people survived.
you know what I mean? Like, these people caught it and they're living. You know what I mean? Like, they want to tell you, like, oh, you know, the death rate is like, you know, it's arguably between, you know, 1%. You know what I'm saying? But yo, somewhere between 90%. You know, upwards of 90% people are surviving, you know, like, let me hear that joint. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely think they can spin it.
Yeah.
I think they could do that. They can spin it to where you give people hope and say, we could beat this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're beating this. Like, yo, this person survived. This person's recovering. We got 100,000 that just recovered. Like, you can spin it, you know what I'm saying? And make the death, not to minimize anybody's deaths, but not to
I agree.
harp on it.
To make it the big deal.
Right.
The main focus.
Right, because that's when all that doom and gloom comes into play.
Right.
But if you celebrate the recoveries and still report on the deaths, but celebrate the recovery, I think it gives people a better sense of hope.
Absolutely.
Wow, you sound like Joel this morning.
Yo, how many cases we got in the United States? Do you guys know?
I can look it up real quick.
I think we got like 40.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 40 I thought it was like 40,000.
Yeah.
We just keep going up all the way up.
How many deaths we got in the States?
500, like 500.
It's like 500, right? Like
Italy got hit bad because
like
Italy's the second. What was it?
Oldest population.
With elderly. Yeah.
Something like
80, like 6,000 deaths or something like that.
Yeah, because they got a lot of old folks. And that's the thing too. Like, they tell you, like, you know, X amount of people died, but they don't tell you like half of them was like old or dealing with some sort of heart condition.
Yeah, but Jimmy, you brought up a good point, and they was playing it actually on the media the other day. They were saying, you know, they can't really determine who died from because of the coronavirus, and those that were already dying with the coronavirus, right? So it's like
chalk it up to corona.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this person had cancer and all these things, and then they ended up unfortunately catching coronavirus on top of that. But they were already passing. So it's like,
and that's the thing, they don't tell you that. So you hear, you know what I mean, like X amount of people in US, it's like what, 500 people. You hear 500 people died, and you're like, whoa, this thing is crazy. It's only been 3 months, but they don't tell you like 39,500 people caught it and they good. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I would definitely love to see the media do that more, but you know what? We doing it here now. You know what I mean? I think that's why like people react to the stock market like that too. Like, oh snap, people are dying. Let me pull my money out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you got
because when I heard the stock market, I'm thinking like we at 0% or something, and they're like, well, it's going back. I mean, it's still bad, but it's going back to when Obama first came into presidency, when there was already like a recession, you know, and so they were saying like the stock market has gone back to that far, you know, what I mean, from where it was at, because when Trump came in, it just like when Obama and Trump, that whole transition, it was just skyrocketing. Trump just took off. Like Trump just
it was already on an upward trajectory. If you look at the numbers, when Obama came in office, it was mad low because we're recovering from a recession because of the Bush administration and whatnot, the housing market crash, all that, and so it was already on an upward trajectory. So when Trump came in office, everything was lovely. You know what I'm saying? So it was still going up, but it was already going up. But a lot of economists were predicting that we were due for a
recession.
A correction, right. And so, or a crash, you know,
which is biblical.
Well, I mean, if you
not so much that it's biblical for recession, but like Jubilee, right? Like every 7 years is like you got to give the land rest, right? Or something like that, right?
Right. But I just mean more so in the practices, the economic practices that the U.S. does. You know, it is doomed for a correction.
Yeah.
And economists were predicting that in Obama's in Obama's administration. You know what I mean? So this has been long overdue. So that's why, like, when we were talking earlier, I was like, it wasn't really, you know, Corona. You know what I mean? Because it was going to happen regardless if it was Corona or not. Like it was just bound to happen because
we got trade wars going. We got
Yeah,
trade wars going on. We got a lot of things going on, and this, so it's just like it's destiny. But it's true because my CEO, you know, I work in an investment bank, so you know, and he was preaching that in like 2018. He was like, watch out, 2019, 2020.
Yep.
You know, and which is, I'm kind of happy because I'm like working for a company that was kind of prepared. I'm hopefully, you know, I don't know, but I guess they probably were expecting like, hey, you know, there's a recession in sight, you know? So, you know, but it's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely true. They were talking about that last year, recession, 2019, 2020 expected. And boom, here
we are.
Yeah.
Yep. Here we are.
Crazy.
I was just checking out the numbers, and I came across this article that said 2 days in a row of fewer new corona cases in Italy. So
fewer?
Fewer 2 days in a row.
So it's declining.
Yeah, declining. So the decrease comes 12 days after Italy issued a nationwide lockdown.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do. We got to just lock down.
Down. You know what's interesting? I read something. Someone shared like a link with me, and I forget. We could put it in the show notes. I forget what the site was, but they were saying that once you catch it, like it's highly unlikely that you'll catch it again.
I saw that because kind of like the flu.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, bro, like you mean to tell me? I forgot what the number was, but you know what I mean? Like
you're like, yo, just give me that joint, right?
Give me that joint so I can just walk around.
Basically your antibodies they adjust.
They build up,
They build up and then they're able to fight it off.
But the thing too, for me too, is like, bro, like we just found out about this. Like, how do we not know that we already got it? Right? Because if they saying, and I think I shared this with you guys already, but like if they're saying this joint started back in December 1st. Right, and how many people were already traveling,
right, back and forth
from then? You know what I mean? Like, I use JFK as an example because they have like 150,000 people go in and out of that airport every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the last,
just out of that airport,
just that one, that one. You know what I'm saying? In the last 90 days, that's like 13.5 million people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I multiply that by 10, 20 airports, man. Like. I think
that's why I think that's why there were so many cases that were like spread throughout the U.S. where it was like it's a case here, a case there. It probably was already here way before before,
bro. And the thing is, we're not even testing now
because the people
have no idea.
The person in Washington State was like, I didn't travel.
Right,
I didn't know nobody who had exposure.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Well, how you know that? Nobody was ever tested.
You don't know, right?
Yeah.
No.
So somebody out there gave it to them, which probably gave it to. I seen a chart where they were like, like a funny meme, like, here's Nancy. She doesn't have any symptoms. She gives it to Joe and 10 other people.
Right.
Now Joe gives it to 10 other people, and it's crazy.
Right. So if that's true, you know what I mean? This has been going on since December 1st. You know what I mean? Like, so how many more people? If it's 10 people. You know what I mean? And that's 13.5 million people going in and out of JFK. You know what I mean? How many people did those people get in contact with? You know what I mean? If it was each of them at 10, bro.
The problem is just how your body's going to respond. You just never know.
You don't know.
I might have it and I might be good and I might get a little mild symptom, but not even know I got the coronavirus. But then
some people don't even show symptoms at all. Like they don't even know it.
You pass it to somebody else. And they get it, and they're on their deathbed. You know what I mean? God forbid. So
right. Well, that was the thing too that I read too. That I guess people in Italy, I think it was something like 50% of the people that got it had some sort of issues already, or people that died. 50% of them were already
underlying issues.
Right.
Yeah, but after a while, they couldn't. Their hospitals weren't even capable to deal with their patients anymore. It was just like. I read a report where it was like if you were like 80 years old, they were like giving up pretty much. Like they're like, well, I can't do nothing because if you don't have I think the real issue with coronavirus is
the respiratory,
the hospitalization that happens with it. Like
like
with the flu, you're able to like get a flu but still recover at home. And the same thing with this. Don't get me wrong, but
if you're sick. Right.
Yeah, but I think this hospitalized a lot more people, and then the hospitals don't
Too
have
fast.
ventilators, beds. They don't have all these things to deal with these issues. You know, now, I mean, my wife is in the healthcare system, and she'll say, "Yo, we got like a week left before New York is gonna, you know, we're gonna see our deaths shoot because we don't have enough ventilators, we don't have masks, we don't have
Right.
gowns, we don't have a lot of these things, you know."
Well, this is definitely exposing how vulnerable we are, not just in the stock market, but definitely within
Healthcare.
Yeah, healthcare. Because I was reading I wasn't reading. I'm lying. I was watching a video by some dude by a YouTube channel called Valuetainment, and the dude was sharing something where, like, we don't even have the right amount of hospital beds. Like, I think we have like 2 hospital beds per 1,000 people.
Yep.
Let me see if I can find that joint. Yeah, we got. Look, peep this. Japan has, for every 1,000 people, they have 13 hospital beds for every 1,000. We got 2.8. So, like, if this joint was like a real pandemic like that, yo, it's a wrap, B. There's only 2 beds for every 1,000 people. Like,
that's crazy.
They're not set up for this.
I mean, but another thing is, like, we have never seen this type of pandemic happen before.
What you mean?
In the U.S.?
What do you mean this type?
Like fast moving and like affecting so many people so quickly.
To warrant, he's saying to warrant.
Jimmy don't buy into that.
I'm asking him, like, what do you mean by that? Like,
he's saying to warrant.
Jimmy gonna bring up the swine flu on you.
Hey, more people died of the swine flu, B. Like, what you mean? Like, we still have 400 or 500. You know,
in the U.S. though,
what
died of swine flu?
Yeah, it was 1,000. Let me double check.
1,000 in swine flu?
Yeah, let me double check.
Oh, we passed.
I don't know.
We go past those.
We go past that just in New York.
You passed that already?
No, don't wish that out. I hope we don't.
We're the epicenter though. But we're gonna right now they're taking the Javits Center and they're gonna start conforming that to a hospital.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I mean,
and the ship is going that way too, huh?
Yeah, so they got one going here and one going to Cali. So
yeah, our hospitals don't have no space. My wife is like New York. She's in New York Presbyterian. She's like, they have 600 and something beds already filled, and I think they only probably have like 900, 1,000 probably. So she's like, we're gonna go over that. That's really the issue. I think the issue is the hospitalization and our hospitals not being prepared.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we've never seen this type of pandemic before. With the swine flu, it wasn't like this.
Swine flu, we all went to school. We all was chilling.
So yeah. What you're really saying is that you've never seen this kind of paranoia. because it still doesn't have that many casualties.
Yeah, but they still.
But we're not talking about casualties. Yeah, they're still filling the beds up, even though they haven't died.
We have to wait till this is over. Then we can pull statistics too, because we just gonna use what we got.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. That's true. To be fair, because I'm comparing 400 deaths to whatever the swine flu was in 1 year. You know, so to be fair, like,
because we don't got a vaccine. I heard people overdosing on Trump's recommendation. What was it that he recommended? Some pill or something. And people are taking them.
Nah.
Well, they say ibuprofen. Yeah, listeners, I heard ibuprofen is no bueno. They say take Tylenol, right?
Yeah, Tylenol. They say ibuprofen can make it worse.
It makes it worse. And that's another thing. They're probably giving people ibuprofen, not knowing that it.
In the beginning, they were. I believe they were saying to take ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
right.
real quick. The swine flu. Hold up.
Yeah.
The swine
That's
flu.
what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Worldwide, how many people died?
You know what? I'm reading right here. It says on October 24, 2009, President Barack Obama declared swine flu a national emergency in the United States. On November 12, 2009, CDC reported an estimated 22 million Americans had been infected, and 4,000 Americans had died.
Okay, that's not worldwide though.
No, that's America.
That's America.
So, but you're saying that we haven't seen anything.
Wow,
like
22 million.
Yo, this dude just
chilling.
He just went Bago week off stimulus pack podcast.
Yo, he said,
the Bago.
He said 22 million.
Yo, so, but this dude saying like we haven't seen nothing like it. Like, what are you talking about, dog?
I don't remember being this crazy.
It don't matter what you remember, how you feel. What do the numbers say?
Okay, Ben.
Ben.
What do the numbers say, dog?
Yo, but the CDC estimated that 151,000 to 575,000 people died worldwide from that flu.
From the swine flu?
Yeah.
How many? Read that number again.
Yeah, read it again.
It says 151,000.
Okay.
I mean 100,000, right? 575.
Okay. So 150,000.
So
no, not 150,000.
Half a mil. Almost half a mil.
How's that half a mil?
What?
Huh?
How do you go from 150,000 to half a mil?
No, not 150,000. I'm sorry. 100,000.
150,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 150,000. Like,
that's what I said. But this guy's saying, nah, what's that?
He's like, what
you said half a mil.
You said half a mil.
No, because it said globally is estimated anywhere between, because they estimated. They don't, okay. I guess they don't have a specific number.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So they're saying that it was anywhere from 151,000 to 575,000.
That's a big number. That's too much.
That's
of
a big gap, right? That's
yeah.
But you know what? It could be because, like he was saying, like if you have cancer, you had chemo, and then you get the swine flu and you die. Like they're gonna say, "Oh, you died because of swine flu." So that maybe that's why there's a gap. I don't know because maybe there's room
I don't know how they estimate
correcting it. Right.
Yeah,
nearly 60 million people in the United States, and it caused 12,000 deaths in the United States. Worldwide, it was up to 575,000 that people died.
That's a lot.
So we ain't seen nothing like that here, huh? Like Corona. That's what you're saying.
Right.
That's the story you're speaking to.
I said corrected.
So,
but that's what everybody's feeling like. So that's why, like,
so then what's hyping?
Give us a bag. It's cool. Let's go ahead.
So then what's hyping this though?
The media.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
The media. Is this a witch hunt?
Like dog
or something?
Like 400 people died, and we got National Guards in Cali. You know what I'm saying? In New York and Washington. Like, is that really necessary for 400 people being dead? Like,
well, I would say yes. The only reason why is because we don't want to get back to that number, right? Like this is bad as it is. Like we can't just be like,
but nobody.
Half a million people died.
But let's be for real.
Like, nah, that's a lot of people that died.
Let's be for real though. Like we playing off of what the other countries did too.
What do you mean?
Because look at China, right? Look at Italy, like. Because it shot up so fast, and they had to put these lockdowns in order.
It shot up fast because of in Italy at least because of their elderly population.
Right now, I get that,
and they're very social.
I get that.
That's interesting because I also saw that they have like a large multi-generational households.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? Because they're very family orientated. So that could be another reason too. Because you got the young dudes who don't care, don't wash their hands. They come in the house from playing ball, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they said
they cough on grandpa.
Right. And they said the young there they get along really well, like with the older generation. Like they interact more with the older generation there. So you can see how that spread.
Yeah. That's interesting.
We're at 16,000 deaths worldwide. So I guess they're trying to prevent that from becoming. But I hear your point because I was around during the swine flu and I was going to school, right? Like we ain't had to call out of school or none of that.
What I'm saying too is that like I don't think it's necessary for like the National Guard and shutting everything down when we really don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, people just recently was saying that this came. Well, people on Facebook are still saying that this comes from eating bats. You know what I mean? And then you find out that people in Washington never even traveled to China. You know what I'm saying? Don't even know no Chinese people. You know what I mean? And they caught it.
They had some chicken and broccoli in Washington. So,
But I'm saying, dog, they really don't know.
What y'all feel about calling this the Chinese virus?
I think it's great marketing, man. I think it's great marketing because China has been an enemy of ours, right, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so this is perfect. This is perfect marketing.
Is it racist?
Nah.
You don't think so? I don't know. I think
Chinese food, right?
I think it's great marketing. You know what I mean? They did the same thing with the Spanish flu. You know,
Spain, yeah. I don't think it's racist. I think it's strategic. It's blow back to China.
Yo, fun fact though. The Spanish flu didn't start in Spain. It started in Kansas.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah,
that's why I say it's great marketing.
Well, there's speculation about where it originated.
No speculation, dog. What are you talking about? It started in Kansas.
It's not confirmed.
What you mean? It's not confirmed.
Not confirmed.
He talked about
I looked it up.
Kansas.
I looked it up.
Yo, I looked it up too, and the joint said
it didn't start in Spain. No, I'll give you. It didn't start in Spain. They used Spain. The only reason they mentioned it as Spain was because Spain was the only neutral country during the World War. So they they were the only ones that were neutral that they decided to say. Yeah, for real. They decided to say Spain got the swine flu. I mean, not the swine flu. The Spanish
check
flu.
it. But check it.
And then Spain was saying, yo, this is the French flu.
You know why? Let me tell you. Yo, you know why Spain was saying that?
Yeah.
You did your research, right?
Yeah.
Why did they say that it was a French flu?
I don't know.
Because they have French fries.
Because more French died of the Spanish flu, right? Than anybody else. More French died from the Spanish flu than they did from the war. Right? Now, if you do your history, the troops, because you got to remember that in Kansas there's also army bases there, or there was army bases there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're still there, but a lot of the troops that went to World War II, they went to Paris, France. That's I think like half of the troops went there to that city. So that's why the French were so infected with the virus.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that it's not confirmed that it came from Kansas. That's the speculation. There's no way that you can say, "Oh, yo, it came from Kansas."
That's right. They say allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Allegedly, I can go with that. I can go with it.
But it's like us. We saying either it came from a bat, it came from a fish market, or it came from a biology lab, which is close by.
Well, there is a lab there, right?
In Wuhan, there is, yeah.
There is a lab there in Wuhan.
I'm more inclined to that story, to be honest.
The Wuhan story, the lab.
The lab.
My wife was telling me that she read something that that they were testing the viruses on animals, right? And I guess somebody from that lab
sold the animals.
Yeah, was selling the animals. I don't know how true that is. Allegedly.
That was in the Post.
That was in the Post?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably where she read it from. But you know what's interesting though about that Wuhan lab is that there was American. Did you guys hear about Charles Lieber?
No.
Charles Lieber was arrested, and I think it was something to do with dealing with China. I don't know if it's espionage or whatever it is, what the charge was, but basically he was like a Harvard professor or something like that. He was recruiting people to work with the Chinese. You know what I mean? Well, recruiting scientists. You know, him and two other Chinese people got arrested or whatever, and he had ties to that Wuhan lab and another company. I forgot what it's called. But one of the companies that company, they actually have a patent on a different coronavirus.
And now they're making a vaccine for it.
Yep, you already know.
Well, you got
some people had some people had dibs on that coronavirus vaccine years ago.
Well, that's them.
Coronavirus is not new.
They applied for a patent back in 2015, and they got approved in 2018.
Yeah, that's true. Coronavirus is not new. That's just a term. That's just the name.
But you got to have the virus in order to create a vaccine for it.
Right.
Well, they were saying that sometimes some of these viruses are so similar that they kind of already like are in the process just in case something does happen. And then they kind of play around with it from there. You know what I mean?
It's some crazy stuff, man. I know that.
It's some stuff that we should have been learning in science class and we didn't.
To wash your hands?
They didn't even tell us to wash our hands right in science class, yo.
Nah, they just gave us the periodic table.
Nah, you're right. They didn't. Because I remember dissecting animals and stuff like that. And I don't remember ever going over hand washing technique.
Right. Like, come on, yo. I don't know.
That's wild.
Who knows?
You know what? Another interesting thing is that so China is blaming the US on this, right?
Of course.
The US for the
we
coronavirus.
sent soldiers supposedly, right?
Yeah. Did you guys know that there's a military Olympics?
What?
Nope. Yeah,
Nope.
there's military Olympics. For those of you listening to the podcast, Google 2019 military Olympics and look where it was held.
Where was it?
Come on, take a wild guess. Yeah. Back in October. Back in October.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Google it and at me.
What's the coincidence?
So they're saying that our guys went over there and
That's what they're saying. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what they're saying. But what they are challenging us to do, and this was interesting. And I kind of hope that Trump takes him up on the challenge. They believe that we had the coronavirus long before this happened. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're challenging us to basically do studies, and I guess you could only do that with an autopsy. I don't know how you would do it, but they're challenging us to kind of test and evaluate the deaths. You know what I mean? Like prior to December, to see if those people had coronavirus, and I think that'd be pretty interesting. You know what I mean?
that's hard to do now.
Yeah, you'd probably have to exhume some bodies, or maybe they have because sometimes people donate their bodies to science, so it might be something if that they could look at. But I'd be interested to find out if it was here before that, because just like the Spanish flu, you know what I'm saying, that started in Kansas. We might have had it beforehand. We don't know, you know what I mean, because it could have been attributed to a flu death, right? It could have been attributed to a death of somebody who had the flu. We don't know because we weren't looking for it before December 1st. You know what I'm saying? Or even, what about the kids who were dying because of vape?
Oh, yeah.
What if that could be attributed to coronavirus? I don't know, but I'm just saying it'd be good for us to do a study because then we could get more accurate numbers. I don't think that the numbers are very accurate right now because we don't know. We're not testing nobody. We're not testing nobody. You know what I mean? Only essential people are being tested right now, like people in government and stuff like that, and medicine and whatnot. So we really don't know.
U.S. is not doing that.
Yo,
that's like saying that's just taking a slap and saying, "Oh, you guys caused this," basically.
Right.
We're not about to give you evidence, huh?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and if they did it, they would be like, "Ah, we're not gonna do that."
Yo, I read a comment not too long ago on a pharmacy. Is it Pharmacy for Life? I don't know. I think it's Pharmacy for Life.
What kind of pharmacy?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Journals you
Nah, I don't know.
You subscribe to.
Oh, you're talking about Juices for Life.
Where it's Juices for Life is their pharmacy page. Because they sell Pharmacy for Life. I'm tripping. They promote the juices, the veggies and the natural herbs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They were putting some posts up on about black seed oil, and I saw a comment from a nurse on there. She said, actually the post was, most of the people we know are probably going to get this virus. We're going to know, or had it, or we're going to come in contact with it somewhere, one way or the other. So the best way is to keep your immune system strong.
Yep.
And a nurse commented on there and was like, they had some training in January, and she said that practically all of the nurses in January in that training came down with a really bad case of the flu that lasted for almost a month. And she was like, now that I think about it, how do we know that wasn't coronavirus? Because at that time we thought, man, this was some really bad flu that all these people caught around the same time, and for it to last that long. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of touches back to what y'all mentioned. Like, we didn't know what happened back in December. And who's to say that
we weren't looking for it.
And there has to be a certain kind of test to know if you got coronavirus, right?
And I don't even know if that's, because if you don't know much about the virus itself, how do you test for it? That's a whole other thing.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I think like we really should go back and look and see how many people that died from the flu was it, were we not testing, and maybe it can be attributed to coronavirus. You know what I mean? Because I think then we could get better answers, and we can work on some sort of vaccination.
Jimmy gonna get us banned
more accurately. You know what I mean? Like right now, what they're trying to do is they're just trying to rush. Like, I think 3 companies said that they got the vaccine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
3 companies say they got the vaccine. How you got the vaccine? This joint just came out. You know what I mean? Like, and just a month ago we thought it was from bats. You know what I mean? Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think going back and doing that research and doing those studies will help us get a more accurate vaccine. That's just my opinion.
But let's get this Trump back first, though.
But going back to that company that I was talking about, the name of the company was called Beer Bright, and they actually have a U.S. patent on the coronavirus. And some say that it's a different type of coronavirus, but that's just an interesting fact anyway.
Wait, what's the company name? Let me see if they're on the stock market.
I've heard of that company.
What's the name?
Pure Bright. PIRBRIGHT.
But I was told that coronavirus is just a word for a bunch of what is it, like whatever it is that comes together. So yeah. So they name it a coronavirus. So it's not, doesn't mean that it's like COVID-19, right? It's
just, COVID is coronavirus.
It's a exactly. So you look on Lysol and you see it kills human coronavirus, right? Before this thing even happened. So it's like coronavirus has been out for a long time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now this company, I think they deal more with animals, right? So I think that it's a different strand. I don't know enough about it. But I just found that interesting because this was around the time when, people were talking about bats and dogs and everything else,
Did we get to talk about the CEOs that all stepped down?
Yo, that was interesting, right?
And the senators that cashed out.
Well, yeah.
Which I don't know much about, because they were basically accusing them of inside trading. Mm-hmm. That was really their issue.
Yeah, I think it was a handful of both Democrat and Republicans, right?
Yeah. My thing is, where's the issue? I mean, maybe I'm oblivious. Maybe I'm like, somebody at me, because what's the issue? Like, if I'm in a company and I'm gonna lose money, I'm probably gonna step out and be like, yo,
exactly,
I can't do this. I'm a senator, and I already, if I'm a senator and I know, hey, look at what China's happening in China. Yeah, I'm probably gonna dump my stocks too. Like,
know when to fold them.
Right.
So I don't know where the I would like to learn more about where the issue is. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's more of an ethic issue, because these are government employees, right? People who we're paying to look out for our best interest.
Yeah.
And so your tax dollars are paying for them to be in office, and so when they're doing some shady stuff like trying to come up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How is that shady?
More into it.
How's that shady?
I don't know. We would have to look more into, what it is.
Well, because they got inside. Exactly. This is why Martha Stewart went to prison. Because
inside trading is
it's
illegal.
insider trading. It's always been illegal. You know what I'm saying? Well, not always, but
but who knew that? But who knew that this virus was going to cause?
Apparently, they had a briefing and they were told about what was about to happen, and so in anticipation, they.
But that has nothing to do with a particular company. With Martha Stewart, it was a particular company that she was.
Oh, then
they sold their stocks. They sold stocks, didn't they?
Yeah, they sold the stocks.
The senators?
The senators, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Stocks. But it wasn't like a particular to say
company, like the company told them, "Yo, we're gonna crash." Like you gotta...
exactly. they just went at the opportune time.
I don't know, dog. Like I mean, you talking about like if you get information that somebody's gonna crash the Twin Towers, you know what I'm saying, and you don't think that that's gonna have some sort of impact on our economy, like.
But how do you consider that insider trading?
They don't. This is speculation that it's insider trading, but they were brief supposedly, and they were like, "How did they know?" Because they had given this up like as soon as China got hit, right, or something like that, like December, January.
Would it be considered insider trading if I said I sold Tesla stock when it was at 900, and then now it's at 400? Because of this virus? No, I just sold because I felt like it was an opportune time.
And I agree with that way. I agree with that way of thinking. What's the problem?
I guess we'd have to look at the actual story to see what happened. Because right now we're just speculating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, but Jay, if you knew Elon and you did that, then that's insider trading.
Yes, yes, correct. Yeah, I agree.
We could agree on that. So now, what is the issue with inside trading? Osu, that's my question.
You got one up on everybody.
And I'm in an investment bank, and I know, because we have those type of things where if we want to invest, you have to request it and all these different things. But so you're saying because you have more knowledge than everybody else.
Yeah,
right. And maybe that creates like a monopoly or something where it's like,
like for example, let's say you're a company, right? That you work for, your bosses go to tell you like, "Yo, Switch, listen, I'm sorry to tell you this, but we're going bankrupt. Get out while you can." And then you go that same day or next day and you sell your stocks, right? And then the following day or a couple of days after, you announce you're going bankrupt.
Yeah, they looked out for me.
That's the whole insider trading thing.
But what's wrong? Like, I don't,
because your bosses per se told you this is going down, get your money out. Versus you getting your money out after.
I worked for that company, and I should get that kind of information.
That's no.
Or like when people go public, right? When a company goes public, and they're like, you're not supposed to. People aren't supposed to know about that neither, right? Because that's inside trading, I guess. I don't know.
It's a factor to drive the price up or down.
I don't know if there's like some kind of monopoly issue with that or something. I don't know. I think there's certain laws that are like.
Look, check this out. So ProPublica reports that North Carolina Republican Richard Burr, who was receiving daily coronavirus briefings as chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, sold off a significant percentage of his stocks, unloading between 628,000 and 1.72 million of his holdings a week before the stock market tanked. And while in public, he was insisting that the government was capable of handling the virus to well-connected constituents at the Capitol Hill Club. He was warning that the virus was much more aggressive in its transmission than anything we have seen in recent history. So it looks like he was telling his peoples, "Yo, this joint's about to hit. I got information." And then he was telling the public, like, "Yo, it's good. It's all, you know what I mean? Everything is lovely. Keep buying stocks. By the way, I have some stock for sale." You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's like selling someone bad work. What you think is gonna happen?
Right.
I mean, he is being deceptive if he did that, but I mean, he could do whatever he wants with his stocks, man. Like, that's his stocks. Like, he invested his money. If he got a briefing and they're like, "Hey, this joint's coming down," I'm gonna be like, "All right, gotta go." But I know that there's a law. I know that there's a law against that, so I know that it's considered inside trading.
I hope your boss is listening. Tell him to follow us, man. Tell him subscribe, like, and comment. Share it with his Wall Street buddies.
Oh man. Yo, man. Listen, man. But I'm honestly, do you guys see that as like that's unethical or that's something that's really wrong? Like,
I mean, there's a lot of people that do though.
You invested your money, your hard-earned money, got a stock, and you got briefing that hey, the stock market is gonna crash. This coronavirus thing.
So tell everybody else. Tell everybody else they got the stock.
You invested.
No, he can't because then that's considered inside trading.
Yo, like you said, you invested your hard-earned money that you got from taxpayers, and you willfully deceived taxpayers that the stock is doing well, so that you can make more money. Yeah, I don't know.
And then sell.
I don't know. I think the standards are a little different when you're paid by taxpayers,
an elected official.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be something else. Like, oh, I'm taking taxpayers' money and whatever. I don't know. I don't see the issue. But I would have to. I don't. Please don't come at me because I still need to learn more about what inside trading really is.
I'm gonna get on my Finsta and I'm gonna at you. And I'm
gonna at Switch who thinks insider trading is okay. Adam, yo.
I'm gonna at Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg too.
Yeah, like you're going to jail because you got information from a company that this is your homie. Isn't that what Christ does? He's telling you, yo, the world is going to be doomed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
isn't that
listening?
My man is Bernie Madoff.
Jesus is telling you the world is going to crash. He's telling his disciples, right? He spoke in parables. He ain't tell everybody everything. He told his homie, right? I'm breaking it down now, man. And he said, yo, this is what's going to happen. And then they were like, all right, bet. He told Noah, build the ark. And he was like, I'm going to build the ark. Like, come on. So if your company tells you, yo, we about to crash, you need to take out your stocks, take your stocks out.
They ain't going to tell you. Watch.
I guess if you put it that way.
Come on, man. Yo, I'm going to do a sermon on inside trading, man.
Tune into your live.
And use scripture.
Yo, so like what I would like to hear, because this coronavirus thing is like, I don't know, it's kind of a weird vibe.
Jimmy's not buying it.
That's what's like, I want to hear from everybody. Like, what's the one thing this week that you really appreciate and you found joy in and was like a high for the week? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you like about this week? Or because like we talked about earlier, like a lot of families are spending more time. I shared, what I liked about it. I like seeing, families fellowshipping, and just playing ball or card games or whatever. Like, what is something that you guys enjoyed this week, man? Just to kind of give people, some hope, Not all
start at once.
I know, right? Don't jump at it.
Damn, you guys got some miserable lives, man.
You hit us with a deep question, man.
I'm just saying because I don't want to end on a you know what I mean. We always like to give our audience, we always like to give our audience some hope. You know what I mean, when we close out, man. And I think it's.
This dude Switch likes waking up at 11 and watching Netflix all day. So.
Oh yeah,
he's been catching up on his conspiracy.
All right, I'll go ahead. One thing I do appreciate is the family time. You know what I'm saying? Like my son, he doesn't want to go back to daycare. Like he's having such a great time with me at home.
Oh, that's awesome.
And puppy daycare, huh?
I feel good, like when he's just like, "Oh, Dad, I'm not going to daycare tomorrow, right?" Well, when we go get back into working and everything, it's gonna be hard for him to adjust. Yeah. But for now, it's just like, all right, I'm with my son.
You gotta get on that Amazon.
Yeah, like I just miss my, I don't like, sometimes when you're at work or you're working so much, you just like miss your family, you miss your son, you miss your wife, you miss your daughters,
right.
Whoever, your whole family, and then this has just given an opportunity to be with them more, and appreciate them more,
Right.
So I would say that, man, like it's dope, man. And then that sleep, that rest, man. Like I feel so well rested. Like my body is so well rested. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I rest a little bit too much, but
you're like, life is beautiful, huh?
Life's good, man. I'm looking younger now, man. You know what I mean?
That's cool, man. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's
what
me.
About you, Jay?
You can leave me for last.
Okay.
What? Yeah. Well, for me, I mean, I like you know, like kind of like you said, spending time with the kids. My daughter, she's loving working from home. You know, with the school, she can't wait to get up in the morning and do her reading and draw her
Get
pictures
it out the
and
way.
everything. Yeah, she's like excited. She's the first one up.
That's
and
dope.
she's ready to do her work, man, and she loves it too.
Yeah.
If she can, she'll have me reading more words in the dictionary even now. Like she'll work all day, and she loves that.
That's cool.
You know, so I find joy in that because the other two knuckleheads, they try their best not to work at all. So at least one of them is trying to work. I'm like, yeah. So I love that part.
Well, hold on. I want you to leave her. I don't want you to leave right there. What did you enjoy with the two knuckleheads though? Give me some positive with the knuckleheads.
Oh, the knuckle. I mean, we get to play. So I've been playing them in ball.
Yeah.
We've been outside.
Oh yeah, you did say that. That's right.
Yeah. So we've been having yeah. So you know, today it rained all day, so we couldn't go out. But I've been going out with them every day, just to shoot around and play with them.
So a lot of bonding.
Yeah. So we've been doing that.
I like that.
Yeah. Ain't nothing else to do, right?
Yeah.
So what about you, Jay?
Yep.
For me, I mean, I like hearing the stories of everybody spending time. I've actually gotten a lot of.
You work from home like me.
Yeah. So I like to hear those stories. Definitely gotten more people to sort of like check in on you, make sure everything's okay. Mm-hmm. Like sending you DMs on Instagram.
That's cool too.
Yeah, like, you know, like your connect group who you can't meet during the week, and then like Switch is saying, you know, you have like fellowship, and then everybody's just like, you know, what you need, you got this, or I'm at Costco, you think you grab this or whatever the case is.
It's more of a sense of community, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I like that too. Yeah,
it's definitely created that, and like it's been showcased a lot more than normal, I guess, or maybe it's been like that and we just never really noticed, but. You know?
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I do like the sense of community, man. I do like people definitely hit me up. Like, man, I love I love being home. I like not going out. You know what I mean? So I like that I'm connecting with people because people were hitting me up, but like nobody's coming over because nobody want to catch the corona.
Right, like,
that's true. Yeah,
stay back.
You know what I mean? So whatever the reason, like I'm cool as long as we connected. You know what I mean? Like, you know, then I got to get up early. I got to clean the house and everything else. You know, like nah.
Yeah. Yo,
like your side, you stay on mine. We good, bro.
Right. Yo, my wife. Yo, she don't play. We was walking around the neighborhood, you know. That's another thing. We as a family, we've been walking around the neighborhood.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. What's up.
So I take the dog out, and then we'll all just go walk. So my wife will see the neighbors, and she saw them. I thought it was hilarious. You know, one neighbor was in one yard, another neighbor was in another yard, and my wife was like, "That's great, social distancing."
Right?
And she's yelling. And I'm like, yo, she's really wilding. But then we noticed that their kids were playing together, so their kids wasn't really. There was no social distancing there. But here she come crashing a party, talking about stay back
in your place.
right. So like, yo, she's wild. Let's keep it moving, man.
I love that. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. All right, man. Land the plane.
And the plane, yo, Switch. You posted a verse earlier, man. I thought that was pretty.
Oh, you got some?
Good. Switch. You had that Psalms 91, Switch.
Which verse?
The Psalms 91.
Psalms 91, 2?
6.
6?
Yeah.
All right. I'll start it from 5. Psalms 91, 5.
Okay.
You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you.
What about 9? What about 9?
Huh? 9?
9, yeah.
Yo, this dude's like a Hebrew Israelite, huh?
9 and 10, yeah. All right, we'll keep going.
He's like, read this.
Verse and chapter. And God said, You will not only look with your eyes and see the repayment of the wicked, because you have made the Lord your dwelling place, the Most High, who is my refuge. No evil shall be allowed to befall you, no plague come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways.
Mm.
Amen.
Amen. With that being said, thank you everybody for listening, subscribing, messaging us, everything. We really appreciate it, and stay safe. Keep that 6 feet social distance.
That's
and
right.
make sure you listen to that podcast, share with a friend, and make sure you add us. If any information we say was incorrect, hit up Jimmy. He's the one responsible. So,
Shaba.
Hey,
thanks for
wash your
listening.
hands.
Please.
Wash your
Wash your
hands.
hands.
Word for 20 seconds.
And you're behind.
Yo, yeah. Send that toilet paper to the Patreon.
Oh man, you guys are crazy.
Peace.